I'm gonna go get a drink. Daddy needs some go-go juice.
I'm gonna be like Wayne when Garth left. Like, hi everybody.
Oh.
Did you look over?
I'll drink right here.
Hello.
Oh, look at you. My face looks incredibly round today.
Oh, that's one of them symptoms of the COVID. You got the COVID, round face.
No, well, to just so people feel safe tomorrow, Halloween at Halls. Me and my son
What did you do?
We got COVID tests and we were both negative, so we're
COVID
free.
Negative. Oh God.
No, negative. We don't have. It's not COVID. It's Novid.
Good thing. I'm gonna stay at least 9 feet away from everyone and sneeze into my own.
You do that anyway because you're Side Hug Jones. Well, anyway, hi, we're Big and Funky Productions. Hi,
I just don't want to introduce germs upon people. It's just not their duty to embark upon these germs.
All right, I'm not trying to dictate to you what costume you should wear tomorrow, but I look really effing good in the spear finger dress. I'm just saying. I'm going
as Vinny, so it's okay. I need your attire shirt though. You're gonna have.
See, you're gonna go as me.
Bring it. Don't forget it.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna go as
goatee, yeah, I'm gonna draw it on.
Should I bring the Afro wig for you?
Well, I don't have an Afro in the movie though. That would have been funny.
Well, are you gonna pull your socks up to hide your
dreadlocks? That's
you're gonna pull the socks as far up as you can to hide the leg festering herpes wounds.
Hey, Kandi, you gotta put makeup all over your legs. What has happened? She's
not. I thought you fell off. Oh, anyway, just to do the basic podcast thing, we're on YouTube, so I can go, hey guys, this is Big and Funky Productions. Click that like and subscribe and share and tell all your friends. We're going to be talking about
blah 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 blah.
Yeah, we're all excited. We're all jacked up because the hike is premiering tomorrow at a test screening in Halls. That's Knoxville. My dad asked me so many questions. My dad's going, which is a huge development because my dad is really
it's just
but he was asking me questions. He's like, "Do I have to wear a costume?" I was like, I should have been like, "Yeah, you have to. You 100% have to." But he's like, "Is that area of Knoxville rough?" I'm like, "I've spent as little time as possible in Knoxville on purpose. I didn't move to the South 20 years ago to live in a city, so I don't want to be near a city."
Halls is not a city. It's called, the real name of it is Halls Crossroads, which makes it sound like you go to Halls Crossroads and you learn how to play blues guitar from the devil at midnight on Saturday nights. I mean, it's out there in the middle of nowhere.
It's weird.
Yeah, and then Willie Brown, he comes around and he saves your soul. And then Ralph Macchio plays guitar battle against Steve Vai in Hell, and it's a crazy place.
In Memphis, not Hell.
Oh,
but maybe it is.
Well,
Hell.
same thing. Not to offend anybody in Memphis, we tend to say nothing about people. If people don't know we're always joking. Yeah, Memphis is great, but people don't know we're always joking. Like one dude got pissed off at Vinny and cussed us and all sorts of things on a podcast because Vinny said something about how the person who planned Bristol, Virginia, the streets was a lunatic because the streets don't make any sense, and the guy just like flipped his lid on us.
That's not. What's weird is I thought about that like a week ago. I was thinking about what we were talking about was the Sensabaugh Tunnel, and there's 2 tunnels near Virginia. They're not even in Virginia; they're in Tennessee. And I said something along the lines of, whoever came up with these effing tunnels that are flooded and haunted. Good grief. She got so excited her internet exploded.
Yeah, we froze Kandi.
At least that's a good looking picture.
Yeah.
Like they keep showing this thing that I did on the news the other day, and it looks like somebody hit me in the middle of the forehead with a tack hammer. This still shot of the video.
We've got to use this. We've got to use this opportunity of a frozen Kandi being all excited to like announce some horrible stuff. So it looks like she's really excited. Damn it. She's back. We're ruining it. We were going to use like your screenshot was like you like this. And we were going to just start announcing horrible stuff. But we do have some announcements. If you pay attention after this podcast, you are going to see a sneak preview of one of the scenes from the movie, and I assume it's in its new rendering and everything. Because rendering apparently takes like 30 hours and destroys computers.
1995. It's like I have dial-up or something.
Yeah,
Everything's
it's Struggleville. This has been an ordeal. We
have the fastest connection. What?
You sound like you are in 1995. This sounds like a movie where we're trying to talk to you and you're in the past. Like everything's garbled.
I'm in fucking 1997 with dial-up right now.
Yeah, you sound like. Yeah. Well, what we need to do is send you a new AOL disc in the mail, I think.
Yeah, you sound underwater Jones. You sound like you're about to drown. We love you.
So stay tuned after this.
Somebody call. I'm going to do it. I'm calling him.
Calling who? Comcast? Xfinity?
I'm calling.
Don't screw up your dial-up right now.
Yeah, you're gonna mess it all up. Hey, so it's been like 3.
This is the wall. Oh, sorry.
We can't hear a single word you're saying. You're in and out. It's weird. So it's been like 3 or 4 weeks since all of us have seen each other. Travis was going to join the pod. No, he wasn't. Who am I kidding? But it's been so long since we've seen each other. We're all over the place. I miss you guys. But Kandi froze up again.
I muted her. She don't know.
Oh. But there she is. You can unmute her. Let's see if it works.
All right, let's see if it works. Are you back, my love? Nope, I can't unmute her. She's frozen.
See, this is how you treat women. You're just not a good guy. I mean, if you ran for, you'd have to run as a Republican, I think.
Nothing.
Yes, you're back.
Am I back?
You're back, baby. Now you're frozen.
Are we good?
Well,
no.
We are.
God.
You're beautiful, and you look happy. I don't know if we're good for podcasting quality, but
okay. Now with this frozen picture, I got to tell everybody, I'm sorry. This is really bad timing. My grandma just died. It's a terrible day for. Oh, there's.
Hey.
It just froze up with you smiling, and I was announcing that my grandma died.
They just want people to think you're a jerk.
Okay, let's while we try to get this back on track, let me make the other announcement. We sold a bunch of tickets, and they looked at the success of those ticket sales and opened up 10 more seats.
Is that good for good?
Well, it's going to be
risk.
Yeah, but those seats are not going to be available on the online tickets. They're going to be available at
the door,
the box office, at the door. So anybody that can't, because I've seen the two biggest, I'm not going to say excuses, but 2 biggest reasons people couldn't go is because they couldn't buy their tickets online. So now anybody that wants to go to the box office tomorrow between 6:30 and 8 o'clock. The event starts at 6:30. Our movie's going to go on closer to 8. That covers the other thing. Is a lot of people say they can't make it because it starts at 6:30. Well, our movie doesn't go on until at earliest 8 o'clock. So just get there, skip Child's Play 2. Why wouldn't you?
I love Child's Play. That's my favorite movie. It touches my heart. It's like it really speaks to me.
I can hear Kandi.
And she looks good. Her video looks really good.
What happened?
I think it was so crappy. I have no idea. have you thought about turning it off and on again?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I have no problem turning her off, turning her back on. That's not in my wheelhouse.
At my age, it's just too much effort. It's just like,
you know what? That's the evolution of marriage, dude. Like now, foreplay is hurry up. I'm almost on my period.
Ooh.
Let's just get this over with.
At our age, there hasn't. Aunt Flo hadn't been in town for about 10 years. That's all I'm saying. We haven't had to worry about that jive over here.
And now Kandi disappeared. She turned invisible. This is weird.
Ninjutsu. 10 minutes in, we'll get this thing figured out. What is she? Oh, I like that. It's like belly dancing or something. What is going on back there? Is that your cats?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's a cat back there.
All right.
That.
Gotcha.
Wait.
I got.
It's like my finger doesn't want to cooperate. I hate when that happens.
This went weird.
You may have a disease. You may be diseased. Let's go see a doctor.
No, I don't know. As we were.
So anybody that the two reasons that people can't make the event, and a lot of people are going, this is going to be a great time, are cured. The show is our movie won't start until at least 8 o'clock, so people can have a time to get there, and there will be tickets available at the door.
Oh God, Vinny, you're tripping me out.
Well, Vinny's been doing nothing but sitting in front of his computer for 15 hours a day for 6 weeks.
And he's just smiling though.
I know, that's because he's still sitting in front of his computer.
That's how I left him like a week ago. He was like sitting in front of his computer smiling.
I haven't showered in a week. I've just been sitting straight in. I'm happy that the movie is as good. It's hard for my head is so far up the ass of this movie. I don't know if it's good or not, but I'm at least technically it's the best it's going to be, and I feel good about that. And I don't ever want to do this for 6 weeks straight again. I'll tell you that much. This was a labor of love
for like 6 months straight. If we ever do like a soft smash.
Well, if we get like what they're saying is we'll have staff and people that we will hire.
Oh man, I knew a guy who had staff from a wrestling mat in high school, and he died.
What?
He said he knew. It's a MRSA joke. Those aren't very funny, but that one hit me because I haven't had any human interaction.
I get it.
I'm going to be like the 30-year-old woman that has 4 4-year-old children and under that laughs at everything an adult says because she never has.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. You just laugh and laugh and laugh at everything because you don't really have adult.
Friends. They're my friends. They're my like hangout crew. My little ones, my tiny people.
They're crazy though, man.
Your kids.
They're wild and screaming.
I saw that picture of your one daughter, and she had the snail over her head, and there's just a snail in the car above her head, and she's sitting like this.
She didn't move.
If I do,
it's just like it was horrible. It was like she was traumatized by the snail.
That was so. There was so much information in that picture.
Snails, though, they're delicious.
She had this.
No, but
she had the same exact look on her face as when I talked about the farting bass player that you had on your face. Just
me?
Yeah.
Oh, that face. Yes.
Yeah. You're just like,
oh my God. It was like I was just expecting like I don't know, just trolling from every angle. But we did get trolled, so it could have been connected. Just saying.
That's true.
All Luke is saying is that she gets that face from you.
Yes, that is a you face. If it was a Justin face, if she got it from Justin, it'd be like this.
Is that Justin's face? That's why I married him, though. Is because of that. It was just like, he looks like.
It's because you married him because he's super smart, but it takes him about 30 seconds for it to get kickstarted. It's like if something goes wrong.
I can ride all day long, and it's so intelligent. And then, like, if I have to talk to somebody, I'm like, oh, what was that word again? Like, I can't. I don't know. It's different.
He's just a little. I mean, he's like I saw him get stung by a bee, and it took him a minute to react to that. It's just like, oh, and I was sitting there going,
continue this shot. It's like a picture.
I was like, run, Trick, run. And he was like, oh.
He did better than me during a bee sting because, like, when I was in San Diego and a bee stung me at the zoo, I was like cussing everything. And there was like a 2-year-old behind me. And I'm just like, I want a hot dog. Just give me a hot dog. And it was just, my finger turned into like a Mickey Mouse finger. It was terrible. Honeybees are the worst.
You got stung by a bee and wanted a hot dog.
Just let it go, man.
No, I was at the hot dog stand. I was already there. That's where it stung me.
So you weren't like, there was no way that you were going to get deterred from that hot dog. The bee stung you. You're like, just give me the damn hot dog.
No, oh no. When I got my sight on a hot dog, that's it.
Gotcha.
It's like tunnel vision. Like,
well, it said I got. What? I don't think we even talked about that in this podcast because we haven't done this in so long. I got stung by 9 bees in the course of 5 minutes a couple weeks ago, and it dehydrated me and messed me up so bad that I thought I had COVID and had to go get a COVID test.
Yeah, you were like really sick.
Yeah.
So you have an allergy.
I don't.
So was that worse than the bee stinging you from inside your esophagus?
That was weird. That didn't affect me. It was just weird. I drank a bee. And
I just drank a bee for lunch.
It got when I at work I drink Diet Coke. I'm not a sugar consumer, but at work I was drinking Diet Coke and a bee had crawled into my cup, and I drank the cup and the bee went down with it. And usually I just but I felt it like in here flooding. It was. Yeah, it was fluttering around and it stings. Now, when you get stung on the outside, it's way different than getting stung on the inside because you don't have the same nerves and pain receptors.
I can't imagine what it would be like to be stung in the esophagus.
That
sounds like a weird torture that they would do.
I'll tell you 2 things about it. One, it's something I don't want to ever happen again, but it wasn't so bad.
He's just like, it wasn't that bad. I could take it any day, but
it's like watching.
Well, no, it was one of those weird. It's like when you stick your hand in puke. It's not that bad, but you don't want it to ever happen again.
I think it's more like watching Legends of the Fall. It's something that happened, and get the fuck out of here.
Terrible movie.
He's all like, heart. I got it. Yeah, like I love it. It's great.
It's one of the worst movies in American history.
What? No, Get Out. I love it.
Absolutely.
It's so tragic. It was so tragic.
It's stupid.
You gotta feel sorry for Brad Pitt. He was a rambler. When
the girl got shot from the ricocheted bullet, get the fuck out of here. That's all I'm saying.
Was that not believable?
No. That's like stuff you do when you're a kid. You're like, I shot behind you and it bounced off and that kind of stuff. When you're playing war, that's ridiculous.
That's a possibility. It could happen, dude.
No.
No, it really can't.
It can't.
No.
Why are we trying to be all like, look, there's a 0.002% chance that it could happen. And that's what happened to Brad Pitt.
There's still a chance.
On that fateful day, his wife was shot by that ricocheted 0.005%. Did I say 5? I don't know.
0.0. Carry the
Carry the 1. Yeah.
5.
Carry the B, and then loop it over. And then 3 times.
I'll say the swallowing a bee was a lot. It felt a lot like the COVID test, where they put the Q-tip in your nose
And you officially made me not want to get it. Everybody just stay away from me.
Well, no, it's not that bad. I mean, Mikey was thrown off earlier when he got his because his, he didn't expect it. When they give you the COVID test, when they hit the certain spot in your nose, your eyes just water. And he was. So,
I'm gonna be honest with you, like I'm weird about like physical people being physical with me. So I try to stay away from everyone. Vinny knows.
They don't touch you. They stand like 6 feet away from you.
I'm talking about human contact. I stay literally at home. Like
I know, because you're Side Hug Jones. You're like, I know. All right, Luke, it was great seeing you.
Just hug. All
right.
Now skedaddle.
All right. Now I'll tell you, playing her boyfriend in this movie was hilarious. And I left several things in the movie where if you watch this movie, there are times where I touch her for no reason, and just to see her head do this, like she totally like it's like a thing. She's like, I'm being touched.
I will never forget the day at Bryson City when we were like holding hands for like an hour and like doing like one line, and it was the worst line that I've delivered in the entire movie, and it sticks out to me. And I'm like, oh God, I'm holding someone's hands.
You remember? And you remember when you were upset and I was rubbing your back and you were just like, oh, what are you doing?
Yeah. You look like you took the ALS ice water bucket challenge.
I think that I told him, I was like, rub my back for a second and then stop and then we'll deliver the lines. And I'm like, because that'll give me ample time to think about anything other than someone touching me.
Yeah,
or when just out of nowhere, Vinny touches your arm and goes, "You've got nice arms." And you're like, "Thanks." Okay.
I used to be the huggiest person in the world, though. I'm just like I can't anymore. I don't know why. Like my brain has changed. Maybe it was.
I am touchy feely. So that stuff. I don't even think about that stuff.
I got love for you guys. I'll hug you guys. I'll just be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying?
Well, so me and Vinny have a thing. Me and Vinny have a thing from being wrestlers that, being a wrestler, you have to intimately touch other sweaty human beings on their skin, and you learn to not think about it. Like I wrestled a guy who went. His name was Trucker Mike, and he was in the WWF as Bastion Booger. And he wore this little singlet. He's a chubby, big belly on him. And he wore one of those singlets with no legs. So it was like a Speedo, but it also was a tank top Speedo. And I had to try to give him a body slam, which is worse than giving a body slam because you have to pretend. Yeah, you get a whole elbow full of taint.
Oh,
yeah, and I was just like, what?
That's the worst location.
What?
That's the worst location.
I was watching Gooch TV the other day, and it was a show called "Taint My Ride." I was like, "That is the jive right there, baby."
That's what messed me. I was sitting here and just in my chair like I do, and the TV was on, and a commercial for Jardiance came on, and it kind of got my attention a little bit because it plays this. It's a pill for diabetes, and it has like the complete like the whitest version of Apache Jump On It ever. It's like an acoustic flamenco guitar.
That's a pretty white song.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, they say, and it's also known to cause a fatal infection of the perineum. And I'm like, dude, that's a fatal infection
of the taint, dude. Why do you have to do this to me? Oh my God! Look at it, baby! Oh my God! Hello. I just want to touch it. You can't do that stuff. You can't do that.
I'm just glad I'm not a girl, man. If I reacted to crap like that, I don't know if I could trust myself.
Oh my God! It's a kid.
The complete difference of a man and a woman is, I figured out, is because there was a time that I came home and there was a kitten in the house, and I went, another kitten, just what we need, another damn kitten. And then of course I fell in love with a big fucker, but then we hid the fact that we got a kitten from Lori. And I bring her home, and Lori walks in. She sees the kitten. She says, "Oh, she jumps. She's rolling around on the floor with it. And I'm like, that's just the difference between.
Kittens are the best. It's like that's their natural defense system. It's like looking so cute, and then the predators come along, and they're like, "You're cute. I can't kill you." So that helps.
Oh, that's why I haven't been killed yet. That's good to know. Hey, there's a guy who listen to this. There's a guy who publicly on Facebook said he has a gay crush on a straight guy who's involved in war. And I typed to him, I said, how did you know? Or I know you're talking about me. And he sent me a message. He goes, you're exactly who I was talking about.
Yes.
Wait, he has a crush on you?
Mm-hmm. I get those all the time. Huh?
Sweet.
Yeah, I get guys all the time. When Luke and I helped with the Gatlinburg fires, I had straight dudes, or not straight dudes, but gay dudes, and a lot of them were very good-looking guys, by the way. But they would send me their junk as a reward.
Yeah,
me and Luke got so much junk and tits in our inbox from helping. It was like, is that the payment?
I don't get any of that. I actually got a one day sent to me, and she's like, "Oops, that was an accident." But it was
it wasn't an accident.
That's fine. But like, I'm almost like kind of saddened by the fact that I haven't received. No, I'm not. I don't get anything. I've gotten decrepitly ugly in the last 3 years, so it's not as much as it used to be. But in 2016, man, I was getting all sorts of round objects with flesh.
It was so weird. Right after the fires, it was the only time it's ever happened to me, and it was 10 times.
They're like, save people. Here's my boobs.
Here's my dick. It was all dick pics.
Okay.
And I'm like,
both.
Yeah.
And I had we were talking the other day on private messenger or whatever, but the unsolicited vagine shots, which is never needed.
Yeah, they're
you don't open with that, ladies. It's like we don't need that. That's something you work up to.
Yeah, and everyone that was sent was not it looked like it looked like special effects. It looked like CGI makeup.
looked like a hatchet.
This was part 5 or 6. I don't know which one they don't have.
Looks like a hatchet wound. Sometimes.
With zits.
Oh no! Ew.
I never saw that. I never had that luxury.
I'm disconnecting now.
Yeah, we're terrible human beings.
But
women, seriously, women, boobs are great. We love boobs. Everybody loves boobs. Vaginas don't do it.
Women might be bigger freaks than guys. Like if you guys get all of this stuff, and I hardly get any of it.
Used to.
Well, like I told you, Kandi, I think people know you enough to know that if they sent you a dick pic, that would be an hour-long conversation you would then have with that person to completely destroy their self-esteem.
I would.
And I think, you would draw pictures with it. You'd like take it outside and show neighbors and on video. You would just completely humiliate somebody. And some guys are into that. They send the pictures of their small ding dong just so you humiliate them.
No, I don't want it. Keep it.
Send it to Travis. Travis collects those. He's got
Travis.
He's got a scrapbook of penis.
Yeah, Travis likes the penises and shirtless cowboys.
He also has lots of photographs of my poison ivy, or whatever it was, like herpes.
You sent it to herpes.
Yeah, I would take like close-ups and like send it on Snapchat to Travis.
I know. Every time you did that, he was like, "Ooh, what'd she send me? Oh, what'd she send me? Oh."
Another picture of her leg herpes.
And then they should be like, one of those pictures was not leg herpes.
You got to figure out.
You got to figure out which one.
It was the inside of my ear.
Hey, do you remember this year, 2020 has lasted like 9 years, I think. But do you remember that earlier this year that I had to watch the Justin Richards jerk-off video that he sent to a pedophile?
That was this year?
Yeah.
Wait, did he sent to a pedophile, or do you mean that he sent to a?
Or no, he sent to an underage girl.
He sent to
a pedophile himself.
Yes. And I had to watch it to witness so I could go on and tell everybody that he was a pedophile.
So you don't trust this caller with Justin Richards?
Yeah,
Justin Richards.
And then he spammed our YouTube trailer with 130 thumbs down because he's a real man.
I thought you guys said that wasn't him because he did I was somebody's only friend on Facebook when they messaged.
Well, yeah, no, because he blocked all of us.
Except for
there's other people that hate us. By the way, there's not just Justin Richards.
I have some haters. I love you.
Well, no, but that's me and Vinny were talking about this yesterday or the day before. I don't know what day it is. And there's going to be people that absolutely hate our movie.
I know. And we're the first people to laugh about it. So who cares?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, and it's because it's not going to be in their wheelhouse. Our movie is if you asked me to literally describe our movie, I couldn't.
But there would be three different answers if you asked all three of us how to describe the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
wild
for me, I would describe it as a Kevin Smith and Sam Raimi got together with no money and made a horror movie.
That's pretty close to what I would say, actually.
But Kevin Smith made Tusk, and this is nothing like Tusk.
I will say this. It's better than any movie that you have made.
Well, and the thing is too is when you do horror movies, like I was telling Luke this last night, the best horror movies in the world, half the people hate them. It's almost like politics.
Of course. It's I'm not gonna lie to you guys, y'all are gonna hate me, but I hate Dawn of the Dead. I hate it.
It's weird.
Oh yeah, this is it. It's gonna get weird, the whole Philadelphia.
Well, yeah, but that pissed me off actually.
See, I don't like slasher movies, and I just wrote a slasher movie. I don't like. We're doing a premiere with Child's Play 2, and I don't like Chucky movies. My favorite horror movies were weird. I liked one of my favorite horror movies of all time is House and House 2.
I've never seen that. I have no idea what it is.
They're a house with the Greatest American Hero and Richard Mall was in it.
You're a dork.
Oh God, that was it. And the creature effects were terrible. It's funny. And
did it have the blonde? Did he have the blonde afro?
Yes.
In that one? Oh,
I was watching Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses last night.
See, I watched that a week ago, and I didn't realize how bad it sucked.
Right?
Whoa! We can't.
No, it doesn't suck. It doesn't suck. But I'm gonna say that it in comparison to our movie, it's not any better or any worse.
Well, I will draw some comparisons. What I don't like in horror movies is downtime. It's I don't like that. I don't like scenes in comedies that are not funny.
So you don't like when a mentally handicapped person is in the movie.
No. What you ever watch what's that college road trip movie?
It's got C.H. Qualls in it.
5,000.
Yeah, with DJ Qualls.
Yeah, DJ Qualls.
Yeah. There is too many scenes in that movie that just aren't funny.
Road Trip.
I like every scene to have something amusing or interesting or funny, and a lot of horror movies nowadays just don't. There's just so much wasted time.
Yeah. I like space though, man. And this is since I'm editing this, I have probably jacked up what you wanted to do, but I like downtime. I like spaces that are devoid of audio. I like blackness. I like. There's a scene in the movie that you at first you were like, why is that 10 seconds of this? And then later you were like, never change that. That's awesome. It's like this scene that is just, and I think it, I don't know, you can play with it. And I think in our movie, there is a roller coaster. because we edited it and polished it, man. I'll tell you something. We were so worried that this movie wouldn't, like, we were like, is this movie going to be 45 minutes? This movie could be 2.5 hours if we left all the scenes in.
Well,
and we've polished it up so much, and we eliminated so many good scenes and so much funny stuff and so much interesting stuff. But it's really got down to, we streamlined this dude. It's not, and that's what you got to do. You got to take away instead of being worried about adding on. But
well, what I'm talking about is it 10 seconds or 20 seconds? It's like, I'll go back to the movie Road Trip because this really sticks out to me. There is a scene that's about 4 minutes long where they're in a grocery store and they don't tell a single damn joke. If you put the three of us and Travis into a grocery store for a scene, some funny shit's gonna happen. You know, there's just
maybe,
and to me, you know, it's not all about comedy. It's about anything. Even some of our downtime scenes have great dialogue, have, you know, or a bigger point that you're supposed to absorb for the rest of the movie. Because I guarantee you, there's going to be some people that see the end of this movie and go, "I don't get it," even though it's really straightforward.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think people will get this. I think people will get it. It's not. The thing that I think that our biggest problem is probably our biggest draw is that we like so many different types of genres of things, and everything we've ever done has, like, when we do Wrestling with Ghosts, there's way too much comedy, and people are just like, I don't understand. Aren't you investigating ghosts? What are the skits for? and
jump to the ghosts.
Yeah, and it's like, why are you sitting there smack talking to ghosts? Or when we do our comedy bits, they're so avant-garde, and I think that's going to be our biggest problem. I think the story that you wrote, Luke, and then we all wrote the story, but I think the story is pretty straightforward, and I'm excited about it. I do. It could confuse people, I guess, but I think the thing that's going to be the problem is how people are like, this feels like a romantic comedy. It feels like a fight movie. It feels like a horror movie. It feels like a mystery. It feels like a thriller. It feels like a.
Well, I look at it like there's two things I really love. I love the pace of Superman the movie, the 1979 Superman movie.
Yeah.
Because it starts off with a space movie and chaos. Then the second act is a slow urban or rural, kind of beautiful movie, and then it's just a world in chaos slapstick comedy. Queen's Greatest Hits, the album Queen's Greatest Hits. Every song is different. You know, you got Another One Bites the Dust is a funk song. You got Seven Seasons of Rise, a heavy metal song. You got like rockabilly songs, opera songs. To me, if you keep a movie interesting by switching genres.
Well, I agree with that. But I think we're going to lose people with that. I think that'll confuse a lot. I think if this thing gets reviewed, there will be a lot of, like, people that like the comedy, and then they say there's not enough horror. The people that don't like the horror. Anyway, who cares? This is a very big and funky movie, and I'm proud to be, because I don't think the one thing I can be proud of. I don't think there's a movie like this that I've ever seen in my life.
The most entertaining thing I've ever seen. It honestly is truly entertaining. Like, I will be the first person to laugh at stuff that people are going to be like, "Oh, that's dumb." I'm like, it's great. Who cares?
Well, there's one gag in the movie that I will not give away at all but I will say that I have watched this movie in 7 different forms, and every time this one scene comes up, I have to pause it because I'm horse laughing.
And if you remember, I know what you're talking about, but when we shot it, you both were sullen. When we got away from the guy that's in it, you were like, "This is too funny. It's too much comedy." And I'm like, "Trust me, this is going to be great." And dude,
and you added a sound effect to make it almost like sound like.
Wait, I want to know what you're talking about now.
You know.
But
let's just say it involves the forest ranger. It involves the forest ranger. But it right in the middle of the movie, it's almost like, the sound of, like, when somebody slips on a banana peel in a Tom and Jerry thing, we're like, like a slide whistle going off.
Right.
But those moments of levity, because me and Vinny have always said that the best way to scare somebody is to make them laugh first, is to ride an emotional roller coaster, and I think we do that. And
I think I think with Wrestling with Ghost, you were always awesome, especially in season 1.
I know.
Where, but you were so happy and so like, hey, I'm the summertime Santa Claus, and we're here to investigate. But you would freak out. You would freak out the most. So I think these people would be like, here's this guy who's 7 feet tall, and he talks about being a police officer, and they're pro wrestlers. These guys are alleged tough guys, or at least they think they are. And we're laughing, we're having fun, and then when they see you freak out, I think people that have ever watched the show, what a great ride that is. It's like I'm seeing a guy who's a legitimate, somewhat of a tough guy. Nobody knows how tough we really are, and we haven't been in a fist fight forever. I don't know how tough we are either. But we're tougher than the average bear, and then when you're freaking out, it's like, oh my God, what has happened? It's like whatever has happened is legitimate. And I think, I don't know, I've never faked anything on the show, and I don't think you have faked anything either. I don't know. We never really know. But when I watch Wrestling with Ghosts, I'm always like, when you're freaking out, I'm always like, oh God, what's happening? You know,
dude, if I was that good of an actor, I would not be making a movie called The Hike for Big and Funky Productions. I would be playing Sentry in the next phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That stuff was real. Yeah. But I want to say, after also watching all these different cuts of The Hike that I've seen, I haven't seen the final version. I get to see it tomorrow night. I'm so happy.
Nobody's seen it but me, baby.
Yeah. Kandi. Damn.
What did I do?
You fired. I didn't think. I thought that you and Vinny, you know, we put you guys in the lead roles. It was actually originally it was going to be Travis and you, and then we're like, no, it's, you know, Funk Master in the Woods. That's funny. And I was like, I thought we weren't going to get any soul out of it, but you two. Your chemistry is amazing. Your acting is flawless. You guys, you know, I mean, you guys are the stars of the movie, but you steal it. You know, your scenes are so good. It's ridiculous.
Well,
I will say this. Thank you for that. But I will say that Kandi could be the next Scream Queen. I think when I was very impressed with her and Kirby. I don't know how you act at the drop of a hat that freaked out, but both of them were fantastic. When the shit hit the fan, they were both like, I was like, oh my God, that sounds legitimate. I don't know.
What was great about your performance, Vinny, was when we were in camera, when I'm laying on my back in, you know, snails and slugs and mud, filming you through the whole thing and watching your interaction with Kandi just through the camera in the rough cuts, I'm like, you're an asshole. You're never going to be a likable character in this. And then you watch the movie and you're like, oh, I love him.
Yeah.
Well,
then it grows on you in the movie, like, from the first scene to like the fourth scene. Like, it's just, I don't know. I think we both do. So.
I think that's the thing. It's crazy when you make a movie. You don't know how it's really going to turn out. You know, I thought I was playing an asshole.
Honestly, like I'm nothing like the character I played, because I've made comparisons. Like, I would have done things completely different than the character.
Yeah, you wouldn't have stepped on that bug. I stepped on a bug.
You're a lot goofier than you play a really straight chick in this. Like,
I know, I'm so serious, and I'm
you're very.
That's not me in real life.
But you're likable too.
I did have a little disappointment in the the near finished cut, the last one that I watched. Funk, you cut out you almost falling down twice. I mean, in the movie originally, you fell down like 7 times on accident, not on purpose. You just were just walking and fell down. But there's 2 times you cut out and there's nothing funnier than you falling down. You have to.
I'm still falling down like a mother effer in this movie.
Every day, this falling.
I put something in the credits. I was going to let this be a surprise tomorrow night, but I'll tell you. I said there's going to be, the next time you watch this movie, this is in the last thing in the credits. I said, every time Vinny touches his face or almost falls down, take a drink and you will not make it to the movie. I am rubbing my face the entire, I'm like, oh, I'm so sleepy. The entire movie. which would be like me in real life. I'd be like wanting to fall asleep with all that exercise. And I almost fall down 99 times in this thing.
But what's beautiful, and this ain't a spoiler or anything, but what's beautiful is you on accident, but during key scenes, almost fall down a bunch. But at the beginning of the movie, without even planning it, she gives you brand new shoes. And you're hiking for 3 days or for 4 days in brand new shoes, which would cause so many blisters and be uncomfortable.
Well, the thing that we originally wrote is that Vinny and Robin were having troubles in their relationship. Yeah. And I thought one of the things would be that people could look at was she bought him the size shoe of her ex-husband or ex-boyfriend or whatever. And so I was going to almost say that in an ad lib that she bought the wrong size. This is this other guy's shoe size. And so, but we came off as so likable and like we were a good couple. Yeah, that we got rid of all the bullshit with us being in trouble. And it was like this is just a good couple. They're a little different. Right. They're assholes or whatever, but they like each other a lot. And you could tell she really likes Vinny, and she's kind of a dick to him sometimes, and Vinny's kind of a dick to her. But when you're on a 3-day hike with somebody and you're sweaty, you're going to be grumpy at times. So I think it was pretty believable.
Well, one of the things that we cut out, another storyline we cut out of the movie that I was actually really thrilled about, but it didn't need to be there, and we never even filmed it, was me and Travis were supposed to be married.
Why did you get rid of that?
It's
the first time
because when I wrote it, I'm like, there's no room for that. There's no room for me and Travis. I think, but I thought it would be a funny reveal, just like today, I even put a post on coming out day. That was Sunday, where like so many people have come out of the closet around me, and I've been like, yeah, and I kind of wanted to use that as like me and Travis, me and Travis are doing some shady me and Travis in the woods hunting stuff, and then all of a sudden we're like, all right, honey, love you, and then that's it. Never broach the subject. It's just no big deal. Hey, just leave people going.
Well, you're right. There was no room for that in this. That's the crazy thing. I mean, there's other opportunities to freak people out, but that was going to be the big reveal. I remember that was one of the first things Luke wanted to include in the movie.
And I also love that there's a scene that we never even edited. Oh, bye, Kandi. There's this.
We still hear her. She thinks she's off. She may get into a fist fight or something.
Oh no, they muted now. Shit. No, the one scene I really liked that we didn't even edit together was there was a scene where me and Travis were hunting, and I stepped in something, and I just thought it was a hilarious scene. But again, there was too many of those scenes that might have made, and it still might be in the movie, that me and Travis are too likable as the looming threat.
Well, that's true too. There's and also I want to say thank you, Audrey. If Audrey's still listening, she gave us some nice compliments in the. And there's Mark. What's going on, Mark, baby? Mark Wookot. That guy, is he from Chicago? Is he one of your Chicago wrestling people?
Him and his brother kind of traveled between here, Chicago and Tennessee. Kind of, they're good peeps. They're good peeps.
Yeah, they're all the time supporting us, and we love them and all that stuff. So, but yeah, there was a great scene. And again, you don't know when the distributor picks this up. By the way, I've got some news for you tomorrow night about these distributors and stuff. But they may want some changes in the hike. But there's a lot of people interested in the hike. But anyway, we don't know what's going to make it and what's not. But this is the version you're going to see tomorrow night in halls is going to be the Big and Funky production. Oh, Kandi is back on a different.
Jesus, stop it!
What are you doing? You're fired.
We are.
What?
We have come for your children.
We've been in. Yeah, get the hell out of here. Who needs her anyway? She was high on mescaline or something tonight. I don't know what was going on with her. But anyway, there was a scene that I'm sorry, she interrupted me, but there was a scene that you liked that there was a lot of scenes we cut, but there was one, a Kevin Smith homage. Let's see if she can handle it here. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay. Were the police at the front door or something? That was INS, or what was that?
I don't know.
You don't have to. That's a softball. You're supposed to say something funny. You don't have to tell me the truth. We'll work on this together. Our chemistry improved quite a bit in the movie. But anyway, there was a scene about the Kevin Smith scene. We had an homage where it was
Reservoir Dogs and Kevin Smith, and I think we already have a big enough Reservoir Dogs homage in this movie that we didn't need another one.
Right.
But I did not like losing that scene. I thought it was a great scene, but it's time constraints. For the people that have just joined, because I see a lot more people logging in. I just want to say that the premiere tomorrow, Halloween at Halls. Look for Halloween Halls Facebook. You can buy tickets online. Still, there's a few available, but there is 10 tickets that we have opened up to be sold at the box office, so people can buy them at the box office. We're not hurting. We've sold a lot of tickets. It's thank you everybody. But also our movie will go on after 8:00. So if you can't, if you work till 6 or 7, you could still make it there and catch our movie. It probably won't start till about 8:30 actually.
Beautiful. I dig it. I'm trying to talk to the people in the chat room.
Yeah, and in about 7 or 8 minutes, we're also going to premiere a clip from the movie right here on our YouTube channel. And Kandi is very pretty, and Justin needs to put his head in the background so we can say hi to Justin, because we all like Justin.
He's down.
Also, he's what? Oh, he's down. I would also like to say the podcast is doing much better than it did in the early part of this podcast. I feel much stronger with it. Yeah. Maybe we needed Kandi on the right. You know what I mean? Maybe like it's like a sport team or something. It's like, okay, this isn't working. Yeah, we gotta switch it up.
It balances it out just perfectly. It works.
I dig it. Ooh, there's that.
No, I like that widescreen.
A whole bit. Like there's the cat. You can see everything. Oh, there's Justin.
No, this is more important.
Hold on. No, there's Justin. Now you got to make Justin big. What up, baby? Hey, why are you wearing a hat? Why are you wearing a hat inside? Is there a reason you're wearing Is there a reason for that?
I'm never making Justin big. Let's just put it that way. That is not my job.
Why would somebody wear a hat in the house? Is there a reason somebody would wear a hat in the house? I don't.
He doesn't have manners. Get that boy back here. He's going to take that hat off, and he's going to show me some damn manners.
I don't know where he went.
And if you want to see Justin without his hat on,
don't be nice to the guy. That was an act of love. If there was a heterosexual act of love that I've ever seen this year, that was that man doing what we asked him to do, what Jeremy Cantelli. We asked Jeremy Cantelli for this movie. There was a guy I know who had a panic attack who spent 3.5 weeks scoring our fight scene, and his computer crashed. And so he was going to add some more stuff to it. And he said, I just can't do it. I'm so sorry. But he added a 7-minute fucking full rock and roll score to our fight scene, which is awesome. And it's like there's certain parts where somebody's hitting somebody and it's hitting on the one every time, and it's a rallentando, if you know what that is in music, where it's like the tempo.
Yeah, he's the guy that tag team with Ted DiBiase.
I thought that was Mike Rotundo. You're right. This is rallentando. But anyway, I mean, I just want to say what do we got? We're going to do Halloween at Halls. We got 5 minutes before we premiere this new clip. And it's short, but it's sweet. We don't want to give too much away, but it's a little bit of a flavor of what you can expect coming up. But so many people helped. I mean, we had Karate Place give us a free gi. We had a dojo in Lenore City let us shoot there. Demetria Christ let me wear her freaking wig.
Well, shout out to Justin Thompson.
Yeah.
All the stuff he did that was out of nowhere.
He's like a utility guy in the band. You know how there's some people that play like the flute and then he does percussion and then he goes over here and he sings
hits the
backup.
triangle. It's a triangle.
Right.
Ding.
He has done a bunch. In fact, I got to go over there tonight to get everything finalized. I got to go and steal some of his equipment. So that's something else that has to happen in real life.
Stop playing with Candy's husband's equipment. It's weird.
She don't like being touched, but Justin loves it. Let me just put it that way. But then like Jeremy Cantelli, and then who else helped on this thing?
Mitch and his furry friends.
Yes.
And Michael and Tony, who are in the movie several times and never the same character. And
then Summoner's Circle, and then the other bands, Spaceman Jones and the Motherships, Vox Day, Joshua Jordan, Wally Miles, Fish Fisher, October Frequency out of Georgia, and then Willow Jones and her dad who did the makeup. I mean, it was an amazing. And then we're leaving people out, Scott Lane and Kirby.
I had a vision when I wrote the end of the movie to use a Fish Fisher song in particular, and when I saw it, when you put it together and it came to fruition with that song and what happens, and I'm just like, I sit there at the end and I'm just like, it's it. It blows my mind that that's exactly how I wanted it to go. And people knocked it out of the park, and Fish, I love that song. And to me, it's kind of that song is an analogy for our movie, because that song, it's like a mix between Justin he sat down and goes, what would happen if Justin Timberlake and Rob Zombie wrote a song together?
I love Fish Fisher. He's awesome.
Yeah. But that song is the result of it, and our movie is kind of like, what would happen if you mix Justin Timberlake and Rob Zombie together?
Yeah.
You got the funk, the soul, the rock and roll, the heavy metal, the Celine Dion portions.
Well, it's like even the score to the movie has hip hop, it has hard rock, it has acoustic, it has like bluegrass, it has blues,
metal.
It has heavy metal, it has whatever Miles Engel is, which is like an Appalachian David Bowie.
Yeah, when you watch the movie and you hear acoustic guitar, that's me, Daddy.
That's right. Well, guys, we got 2 minutes. Does Kandi got a better mic and she shut up? So, what do you want to say, Kandi?
Hi, everyone.
Awesome, good, thank you. That's why we never had a girl before.
And Kirby, we can never thank you enough, Kirby. I know you're listening, so we can never thank you enough. Yep.
Corey Loth. This is a kid that I trained or helped train in wrestling. He was,
and now he's like not, and the dude like tripled in size and height and everything. Do
you know him? Do you know Corey Loth?
Yeah,
the California kid. Well, I wanted him to be a surfer, and then he just looked like he ate the surfboard.
But he grew like a foot. Like between the times I saw him, he was like 5'6", and then the next time I saw him, he's like 6'4". I'm like,
I thought he kind of reminds me of Mikey a little bit, his build and everything. All right, we got a minute. So in a minute, you're going to see a clip on this channel, this YouTube channel of nobody's seen this clip before. This is exciting for everybody. So enjoy that. And tomorrow night, we're going to be Halloween at Halls, 6:30. Our movie's going to be up there. It's going to be the first time, and you get to pick the ending. Yeah, there's tickets available. There's multiple endings.
I don't even know what the options for the ending are myself.
So. Yeah, you're going to get blown away. All right, guys, we love you. We'll see you tomorrow night at the movies.
Watch the clip and show up to the movie tomorrow. We'll see you.
Wear your masks. We want to be safe. Safe. Now it's my show.